There's been a new set. I've been trying to play draft, and it's been destroying me. I've not done well when it comes to the drafts. But when it comes to sealed, I did very well IRL, and I've only played one sealed, and I also did very well. I got a full 7 wins, so I'm gonna try sealed again. I won't open these until I am done with playing limited for the expansion. That's the strategy. Um, because if you manage to amass 4 of a same rare um, while drafting, you won't pull it from opening packs. That's how it works. Um, so yeah, Foundations Limited. Oh no, we're not gonna play draft. So I already said I'm getting destroyed by draft. But in sealed, it's been going well for me, so I'm gonna play more sealed. I have enough gems for 3 more sealed events. Oh, I played traditional sealed. I like to play the other sealed because it's easier. I feel like you play against easier opponents when you play best of one. I don't like these rares. This is not good. I don't like. I've never liked this spell. I don't know about this. Um, about this spell. I guess I would have to see, someone do crazy stuff with it, but I've never seen it. Um, mm. Wait, that's 9 rares? It's a lot. Well, it's 8 rares and a mythic. Unfortunately, these are pretty useless. This is really good. This is really good. This is really good. This is really good, and this is also okay. Um, but unfortunately, most of them, like they're in many different colors, so I cannot really make use of all of them. It's pretty rough. Um, okay, we have Vanishing Light, 2 of these cats, 2 Sarah Angels. Um, all creature cards with mana value 2 or less. We don't have that many in white, at least. Let me see my red, because I also, yeah, we have Krenko, so we could do stuff with Krenko. We have 2 of these, 1 burst lightning. We have bulk up to steal some games. This card is pretty funny. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't like Krenko and the Goblin Surprise combo. Like it would be real neat to cast Krenko, or like turn 3 Goblin Surprise, turn 4 Krenko. Um, turn 5 Goblin Surprise, Krenko active, get 1,000,000 tokens. Turn 6, get another 1,000,000 tokens and start winning the game from there. But it does require me to draw the 2 of these and Krenko in a red that doesn't seem great. And yes, it very much doesn't seem great. We don't have a lot going for us in red. In black we have Grim Tutor, pretty cool card, pretty cool art too. I think it's one of the special guest cards. Pretty difficult to pull in arena. We have Vampire Nighthawk, which is an absolute bomb of a card. Very strong. Nah, this guy's not great. This guy's really good. This Hungry Ghoul. Unfortunately, my black is not great. Um, I was hoping to see some small black creatures so that I could use these to raise the past in combination with the Hungry Ghoul, because this revives things with mana value 2 or less, and having two of these cat is already a really good start. Draw two cards, revive the healer's Hulk as well, but that's three that's three creatures, and then that's two more five. Six, I suppose. Doesn't cut it. We have Fiendish Panda. Great card. Definitely worth considering. When it comes to my duels, we have. Do we have? Oh, we have some pretty okay fixing. Uh, oh man, building this deck is gonna be a little bit hard. But I think that I should go for green. My green looks really, really good. Um, yeah, plenty of cards that I am very happy to play here. Uh, since we're playing best of three, I am just gonna play one of these broken wings. If I need the other one, I can side it in. Um, my blue does have Curator of Destinies. Maybe I don't play. Maybe I don't play red. Hold on. Or maybe I play red as a splash because this card is really good. Unfortunately, my green didn't have many of the guy that has flash. Um, yeah, that guy is a really strong card, but it doesn't seem that we got it this time. Oh, we have three witness protections? Okay, I think that I should be playing blue. This card is really good. Really, really good card. Now we are playing that. Definitely we're playing that. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control with flashback of 4. Um, if we're gonna be playing this, that sounds like a really good card to be playing. Mm. Oh, my lands are messed up. Yeah, it was like, why am I still lacking cards? But because of the lands. That's 16, 17, 18. I wonder if I should be playing 18. Also, I guess I shouldn't be playing such an unbalanced amount of lands. That's 16, 17, 18, yes. Yeah, this might be okay. Not my greatest sealed pool, but it is pretty decent nonetheless. Um, I do think it's a little bit of a shame that I cannot use Vampire Nighthawk or Krenko or the Elf. This Elf is kind of bonkers. Um, yeah, the Elf spam that this thing can produce is really ridiculous. We caught a land. Since I have so many high costs, I don't feel comfortable with cutting a land. I think that I'm just gonna play it like this and hope for the best. Um, there is a little bit of incentive to adding black so I can play Lathril and this thing. Um, shouldn't be that much of of an opportunity cost. Do I have things that generate treasures? No, I very much don't have things that generate treasures. The closest thing to fix that I have is Grow from the Ashes and Evolving Wilds. I guess I also have these, but I don't like these because what's gonna happen if you play this card is that you're gonna draw 7 lands in a row. I feel like that's the feeling that irradiates from that card, in my opinion. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with these. All right, this is best of 3, so I would like to do a 3-0. Would be real nice to do a 3-0. This is a risky hand to play. Doable, since I have the turtle, and the turtle should stop any early game aggro. But if I don't draw green, or worst case scenario, if I don't draw any more lands, I'm probably gonna lose. But I feel like I would lose anyway, and I don't want to mulligan because this hand does have a chance, so I'm gonna keep it. I hope that I do not regret that decision. Okay, we immediately draw green, never punished. I get now a great curve up until turn 3, maybe 4 if I draw another land in the next 3 turns. Yeah, sure, that can go. It's another good thing to draw. Curator of Destinies. The key is getting to it. Let's see if we can get to it. Uses removal on my 2/2, only for me to play something better. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Another one. Okay, they're uncommon too. Yeah, turtle saved the day. Without the turtle, I would be taking quite a beating from this rat. You know, that's kind of curious. If I had this, I would have swung with the rat. I would have maybe blocked with the turtle, maybe not blocked at all, and then I would have played this for the treasure. Unfortunately, the curve ended there. We need to draw 2 more lands, please, game. 2 more lands so I can play the Sphinx. And Sphinx is quite a card. In the meantime, we can just play passively, be a little bit careful. A little bit careful about. Oh, another midnight snack. Yeah, a little bit careful with the aggro. Okay. Now, here I can block with Cackling Prowler and Giant Growth, or just Aegis Turtle and Giant Growth. And considering that my opponent stepped out, that seems like a really good play. That way we get rid of the Wraith trigger. Like, no more Wraith triggers for you, unless you draw another creature. We are at 5 lands now, so we're so close to the Sphinx. I feel like if we play the Sphinx, even if it eats removal immediately, we are in a good position. Yeah, that double felling blow play was definitely what I would consider greedy. Um, mm, mm. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to witness protection this. That way I can play aggro. Yeah, that thing is very good. Let's go. Okay, it would have been not a terrible thing if we had traded here, because that's a 6-drop for my 4-drop. But I also like keeping the creature around. Surveil 3. I think that I do want to Surveil 3. That pretty much guarantees that I get my land. I can toss everything to the dumpster. That way I have Threshold. I'm gonna do it. These turtles are really good. I feel like they're wildly underrated. Um, the guy that I played against in the pre-release, like the only guy who beat me was also the guy that I had in front of me when I was deck building, and we knew each other already from quite a while. And he was not faithful of this turtle, but the only reason why I stood a chance was because I got to play the turtle early. It's a great card, the turtle. We are gonna get rid of that, and this, and this. Well, not this, but we're gonna get rid of the elf. I wonder what's gonna happen here. Combat tricks? You got any of those combat tricks? What are you going to do, opponent? Okay, we got to the land number 6, and so we now Curator of Destinies. That's okay. I don't mind seeing this. Hold on. These are gonna be the fave subs. I think that I want to do maybe this. I'm probably gonna get these. In fact, I think I could do this, and I have a real chance of getting the lands because they're lands. And my opponent doesn't know that I have a landfall card on my hand, so getting the lands would be kind of a big deal. I'm gonna do this. I'm probably gonna get the lands. I feel like if I went for 4 on 1, I would just get the 1 unknown. And with 3 and 2, I'm gonna get the lands. Yep. My opponent has no idea. That's fine. I have to say that it is quite unpleasant to have drawn another land after that. And also, instead, like the Rogue's Passage, should have replaced one of the basics. I should have had Evolving Wilds, Rogue's Passage, and a basic instead of the Evolving Wilds and 2 basics. If I keep drawing lands after this, after getting so many lands out of the deck, this is gonna be supremely unpleasant. Like, look at how many or how little lands are left in the deck. Like 5 or so. Anyway, this guy, MVP, absolute MVP. Without this guy, this would have been kind of disastrous. Yeah, without that guy, the each player sacrifices 13 creatures thing would have been terrible. Terrible, terrible. Game ending level so bad. You don't have any land, so I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, there's no way for you to get landfall here. Absolutely no way. Very questionable play. But I guess it was to trigger the Wraith. Yeah, these things are keeping the opponent alive so good. It's so much life gained. This card is really, really good. In limited. In constructed, I don't think it will ever cut it. Alright, and that's how you win a game after getting that many lands. This elf, well, it's not an elf, but it is a giant cosplaying as an elf. This giant cosplaying as an elf really got the job done. MVP, MVP. Such a nice thing to have. Now, should I be wary of those enchantments? My opponent got 2 enchantments. I feel like I could add these 3 broken wings just in case. Also, it could be very dangerous if my opponent happens to have a flyer, and black does have a couple of really nasty flyers. So, in anticipation, adding the broken wings, in my opinion, makes sense. Artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying, we can probably get rid of the golem, and I need to get rid of one more card. Probably this guy. I don't think that this deck is the kind to cast a lot of things during the opponent's turn. Do I have Think Twice? No Think Twice this time. It is a shame. Think Twice is a great card in this limited format. It's crazy that such a simple card that says draw a card is such a strong card in this limited format. We have Evolving Wilds again. I don't know if it's a safe thing to hold on to it to use it with the giant, but I kind of do want to. That Tiny Bones is getting hit by Witness Protection in time. Yeah, next turn I'm gonna Witness Protection the Tiny Bones because I don't want to be discarding stuff. Why did I do that? I needed to play an island. I surely hope that my opponent doesn't just activate Tiny Bones ability. If that happens, I'm gonna be pretty sad. I needed an island. Yeah, I hope that doesn't lose me the game, but it might. I feel like this format is so basic that even the smallest mistakes can cost you the game. Yeah, it is very much a format about about the basics of fundamentals. I'm gonna need the mana because I wanna cast these. So I'm gonna search an island. Yeah, the thing is that I could cast it for 2 mana, and hold Giant Growth to kill the Vampire Nighthawk. But I think I'd rather progress my game state. The thing is that also, my opponent probably learned from their mistakes in the previous game, and there is almost, um, I would be certain, almost certain, that my opponent has removal in their hand. Um, and by extension, when I played Gnarliest Colony, it's just gonna get removed. Um, I just have to go into it. My opponent has it, then my opponent has it, and there's nothing to be done about that. Yeah, I knew it. I still can kill the Vampire Nighthawk with the owl and giant growth, but this is looking really grim. I wish this thing says create a copy of a creature. And by the way, not killing the tiny bones means that I don't have my 6 land and now I cannot play this. So it was supremely bad that I didn't get an island with the ramp spell. If I had gotten an island, I would have gotten rid of tiny bones and I would still have my land, and then I would be able to play this right now. And this would be played again and then again, like 3 Curator of Destinies. It will still most likely happen, unless my opponent has removal, but at least I'll play one. But yeah, that's definitely a problem. No! Okay, we can flashback the self-reflection. It's not so bad. Not so bad. It's really bad, but it is not game-ending, as discard 2 cards would be right now. If my opponent has a discard 2 cards, I might as well just pack things up. Gotta get rid of that. I'm gonna lose the game because of the Tiny Bones mistake. I cannot believe it. You know, the Tiny Bones mistake was so massive. I would have 2 Curators of Destiny right now and a bunch of cards in hand because Curator of Destiny. And then I would play Galta next turn. Like this turn, I would have Galta. At least I get to my first Curator of Destinies, which might be the only Curator of Destinies. My opponent might have removal. Okay. Not gonna lie, I would like to have the removal spell, but I also don't want to let my opponent know that one of those 2 face down cards is a removal spell. Yeah, my opponent learned the lessons from giving me 3 lands and gave me a turtle and a removal spell, 2 very useful things to have. I'm excited for the self-reflection and the Curator of Destinies. Okay, I know your trick. You want this to die so you can revive it, so it's not gonna get blocked. My opponent has so much life, but it's not really that much of a problem if I take control of the game, which is about to happen. Please, no removal. Removal would be so bad because the Abyssal Harvester would copy the Curator of Destinies. Um, Decisions. Decisions. I think I want that. Okay. Out of tap messed up and didn't give me double green here. Okay, I'm just gonna kill this. This spell is so good. It's really, really good. The creature gets made small enough that it's not a problem. Like a 1/1 is can kill you, I guess, but it's not gonna kill you anytime soon. That is a big thing. I don't think that this set has any of those cards that kill things that took damage this turn. No. I want to play Galta. Okay, but do not forget that your opponent has a thing that says that everyone sacrifices 13 creatures. If I play Galta, is it enough for me to win the game? No. Could my opponent steal the game if I play Galta and my opponent goes into that? Maybe. I should have... No, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, I'm not gonna play Galta. I think that we play the Cephalic Ink Mage and the Beastskin Ranger next turn. But Galta I will wait until after the after the removal spell, which he is probably gonna have. He's already seen through half of his deck. The main reason why I think my opponent is attacking is obviously to trigger this, but also to get value from his creatures before the removal spell. I think that there's a very real possibility of that. You know, I feel like I play in Magic Arena way better than I play in real life. Because in Magic Arena, I am constantly talking about my thought process and verbalizing things, and that helps a lot with keeping track of things. You know, kind of how it went for me and Kroll, it goes for me and Magic Arena. Okay, I really don't want to play this Galta because I am almost certain that my opponent will, like, either has it already or will draw into it. Yep, there it is. So it's coming from a mile away. I'm glad that I didn't play into it. And I know that now we're safe. There is absolutely no way you have more. That Tatioba is pretty interesting. I was gonna play the land, but Tatioba makes me not want to do it. Okay, my opponent says good game. I wonder if that means that I am going to lose. Oh, it does mean that I'm going to lose. Yeah, my opponent's just gonna steal the game from me with Midnight Snack. What a shame. I wonder if I should have gone for the Galta play earlier. Oh, land? If you don't have a land, you... No, you had the elf, of course. Man, that card is so lame. Yeah, and the funniest part about that, and I did directly lose because of the mistake in the Tiny Bones interaction, because that was a bunch of time that I gave to my opponent. I was going to win if I had done that. If I had been able to do my play 3 turns 3 turns before, not to mention that I would have been able to have more Sphinxes too, because the rat discarded made me discard my self-reflection, and I would have been able to discard something else. Um, so yep, that was not good at all, and it was all my fault. Was no robbery or anything. It was entirely my fault, and it was entirely preventable. I do think it would have been nice to, draw one of my broken wings. That would have been a really good thing for either the Nighthawk or for the enchantment. And I drew half my deck, more than half my deck. I think when I died, I had 17 cards left in the deck, and I didn't get these. The Tatioba would have also been nice to get maybe a little bit earlier, but like everything goes back to the mistake that I made when with the tiny bones thing. That mistake cost me the game, literally, directly cost me the game. Magic is a very difficult game because mistakes that you make many turns ago can definitely cause you to lose the game very directly, and it can be quite difficult to spot that kind of thing. This hand is pretty garbage, not gonna lie, but I've seen what my opponent is playing, and I feel like like I don't really need to put up defenses early on. Um, Maybe I could have played Evolving Wilds too, in the deck, and precisely to avoid that. So yeah, I was a bit greedy with the Evolving Wilds. I really want to do the Evolving Wilds giant play again. Okay, now we are getting the Broken Wings. We have so many that I might use one to get rid of these 2-1, so I don't get aggroed. It kind of feels like a little bit of a waste, but I might be okay. Okay, get rid of this forest here. If we were to discard an island, we would not be able to cast the Sphinx because we have one island. Yeah, let's get rid of these so I don't die. Almost certain that just saved me like well, it saved me at least 2 life, probably more, because there is a very real possibility of this thing getting removed this turn. Not impossible. Oh, Vampire Nighthawk, and that's why I have a second Broken Wings. I also have Witness Protection. Um, but I am going to use the Broken Wings instead because the Broken Wings triggers this guy. Okay, this guy might take over the game. It's a very strong common. We have a really good clock going here. Um, Worthy of note is that I don't think my opponent has played anything super like bombastic in all of these games. Closest thing to that has been the Vampire Nighthawk, but there's never been a card that has made me feel like if I don't respond to it, I'm gonna die immediately or very soon. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. Better for you to get rid of that now than after I play all of my really good cards. My opponent has to do that, by the way, because my guy was already very much in control of the game. Yeah, this hyena rogue, tiny bones, is gonna get removed. I don't mind. I don't want you to discard my hand, so... And we're gonna be making some copies of this Fady. Because, like, sure, you may be able to get some removal on some flyers, but can you remove 5 flyers, opponent? And the thing is that I am so ahead on lives that, yeah, you may not be able to. That's a shame. I really wanted to copy that Mocking Sprite, but I might... Oh man, it feels a little bit wrong to copy a 1/1 flyer, but I think it is the correct play. 6 mana for a 1/1 flyer. Can you believe it? I'm gonna play this in case my opponent has any discard cards. Might as well put it on the field instead of losing it. It'll be charged through it. I don't think that my opponent has any elves. So this LB charged through it is just a bad mana dork. Bolting Wilds. This is where you reveal that you're secretly playing 3 colors, opponent. Okay, once again, I'm just gonna play the land for the rat. Though, I do think that there is a very real option, which is to hold onto the lands precisely for the rat, so that whenever I draw into something that I do want to hold into my hand, I can discard a land instead of discarding an important card. Not to mention that also bluffs into you having more options than you really have. Okay, that's huge. Huge card. Massive. To the point where we might win the game already. I didn't copy the Fairy last turn because I figured, okay, if I copy it now, my opponent would have 5 lives, and then it would have 2, and then my opponent would have 0, right? I was like, okay, what if I draw into something better next turn to copy with this, something that is actually worth copying instead of a 1/1 Fairy, and like it wouldn't really affect the clock. And if I didn't draw into anything this turn, I would copy a Fairy here, so I could kill in 2 turns. But by drawing this and copying this, I can kill next turn. We also get a Surveil 3. I don't think we need those. In fact, we could probably toss everything away. But I like the idea of the Tatioba making my draws into, maybe making my land draws into a draw card, into a cantrip. Galta. We can probably throw Galta into the trash. No, I'm gonna hold it like this. The play is play Tatioba, then play Forest, play Galta. But we are most likely gonna win next turn. Let's see what happens. These are unblockable. Okay, my opponent top decks removal, so my opponent doesn't die next turn. We'll go to 1. I still do not regret the 6 mana 1/1 Fairy flying. It was great. It was such a good play. Greatly sped up the the clock. Like it made me kill my opponent a lot faster. Now, what kind of robbery could my opponent get? Okay, nothing. Nothing. My opponent doesn't get anything. My opponent does get a little bit of life from that. I take 5, I go to 5, my opponent gains 3 life, goes to 4, and then dies. Beautiful. Okay. And now you're gone. That was close. The game 2 I should have won, but I like at least that I know exactly what happened, what was the play that led to me um, just losing the game. Oh, look at that! Now it is a lot more permissive. 2 losses, 4 wins for the maximum reward. If I get 3 wins, 2 losses, it's pretty okay. I do think that getting 6 packs for 200 gems is a pretty good trade. Even 2 wins, 2 losses is not the worst thing. But 3 wins, 2 losses is where it's at, and 4 wins is the ultimate reward. I'm probably gonna be playing a lot of Magic on stream these days because of the new expansion. I wanna grind it. Opponents in black, very interesting. That's inconvenient. I'm gonna get rid of the combat trick. Dangerous cards. But this spider is also pretty dangerous. This spider is on the verge of being uncommon. If the token active was instant speed, it would definitely be an uncommon card. But as it is, it's definitely in the upper echelon of common cards. It's a really, really, really good card. I don't know what my opponent has. I suspect a combat trick, so I'm just gonna block with the turtle. If you combat trick the turtle, I don't mind. But if you combat trick the spider, I would be very sad. Now you may be wondering, why didn't you play the giant? The giant is a lot easier to kill, and you can just play the giant and then play a land to get more value out of the giant. Okay, I think the correct thing to do here is to do this, get rid of that, and then we swing with the Gnarlith Colony. I could have also made Fades, but I felt like I feel like I am a little bit ahead, and I can spare the mana to put a counter on the turtle. And now the turtle can kill things. For example, like the rat couldn't trigger Wraith by attacking into the turtle because the turtle kills the rat, or I guess it could, but it may not be decidable for my opponent to do that. We're gonna swing with Gnarlith Colony once again. It would be real nice if my opponent doesn't have Blasphemous Edict. After the last opponent, where all 3 games my opponent used Blasphemous Edicts, right? I hope that you don't also have it, please. Okay, what do you have? That's Kind of something that I was expecting, not gonna lie. A pretty good card. Fortunately, my dude doesn't die, but that is a really good play from my opponent. I have 6 lands, so I could make this big enough to block this without dying. It might be the correct play. I think it is the correct play. I'm gonna go precisely for that. If my opponent has removal, my opponent had removal anyway, and it would the elf giant would get hit by removal anyway. Yep, tragic. That's really bad. I have more answers to this in the main, but like it's only the one broken wings, I think. Oh boy, and meteor golem as well. Oh boy. Sacks the rat. Yep, this is a really, really strong card. Putting the counter on the turtle was huge because now if my opponent equips the golem with the katana, I can block with the turtle. Yeah, that's fine. I can tap that. If my opponent has a counter, I would probably be dead. Okay, yeah, I am out. I'm not capable of answering that. We have the 3 witness protections, but we also need to add broken wings, yeah. We need to answer that like immediately. That is one of those very few cards in this expansion where like if you don't answer that immediately, you're probably gonna die. Mm. That Brian Barrow Cutthroat is constantly getting removed from the deck. I think that it's worth it to keep it around. Why would it be worth it to keep it around if I always seem to take it out? Because for game 1 I don't want to be going in with three broken wings when I don't know if I will actually need them. I have Tatioba and Evolving Wilds. I will try to hold on to these Evolving Wilds until I get like the 5 drop, like the 5 lands. It's probably gonna happen since I have this Cephalic Animation. It has Surveil 3, so. That sucks. Man, that rat sucks. I have to decide if I get rid of removal, or if I get rid of Tatioba, or if I get rid of these, and I don't want to get rid of either. I gotta get rid of that. Like, yeah, I gotta get rid of that. Cannot discard any of the other any of the other options would be terrible to discard. Though I definitely could have used the Surveil 3. If I could have discarded this, I would have discarded this. I'm gonna shotgun it. Yeah, unfortunately I have to go for it. I'm gonna get a forest. Now, if Wraith? No, okay. Okay, we're stuck at 4. Okay. Playing that spider is definitely the way to go. I do have to say that I would like to, draw lands so I can play my 5-drop and then start drawing lands or drawing cards. Hero's Downfall, understandable, really. It's a great card. It's a really, really, really good card. Yeah, the pressure that this card applies on the opponent is massive. It's a wall that threatens the game if given enough time. And since it's a wall, it gives you time. So yeah, really, really strong card. This is getting really funny. Yeah, the turtle. I mean, the turtle is such a great card. Um, and my hand is also it has plenty of great cards, but unfortunately I don't have lands. It look opponent, and I'm sure you know, but if I draw 2 more lands, you're probably gonna explode. Unless you kill me real quick, and it doesn't look like you're killing me real quick. On the other hand, my opponent is floating really bad. I think that mana screw beats mana flood because when the mana screws player draws into the lands, they will have a sequence of really strong turns, right? But when the mana flooded player draws into their cards, they will only have 1 card to play with, right? Um, yeah, we are getting pretty close to it. We're getting pretty close to it. Um, I think that I'm gonna copy the Mocking Sprite. Yeah, in fact, maybe I should have done that last turn. So I could swing for 2, my opponent would go to 4, and then, like, that was a 2-turn clock. If I had copied the Self-Reflection last turn instead of playing Tatioba. Interesting. Probably worth blanking. I don't want to play this. My opponent doesn't know that I have that card in my deck. A little bit rough. A thing that we cannot deal with. And once again, my opponent doesn't know that I have this in my hand. It's gonna be all about knowledge. It's fine. Probably kills the flyer. If I had played the Sphinx would have died here. Probably kills the flyer. Tatioba dying wouldn't be a problem. Probably kills the flyer. My opponent is deciding, yeah, like, do I kill Tatioba? Oh, interesting decision. Kills a witness protection. That I didn't even consider, but it is a pretty okay play. Now you can make a blocker that neutralizes the flyer. Good play, opponent. I commend you for it. Drawing a land here would have been great. Not only do I get the Tatiova landfall, but I also get to play Meteor Golem, and I'm much more okay showing the opponent Meteor Golem than I am with showing the Sphinx. Not to mention that the Sphinx here, if I play the Sphinx, I mean I'm probably gonna get a land of the Sphinx, maybe even an island, so I could host the Vampire Gourmand again. I think that we have to play the Sphinx. I didn't want to, but I think we have to do it. Yeah, I value the Witness protections highly. I don't think that my opponent is gonna give me the 3-drop and 2 cards. Yep. Okay, next turn we do Self-Reflection and we get another Sphinx. Self-Reflection and the Sphinxes are like really good play. I wish I had gotten some of these in my limited pool. I have Broken Wings. Um, I am not gonna play the third Witness Protection. I don't want my opponent to know that I have 3. I'm much more okay with showing my opponent the second Broken Wings, and I wanna. We can get rid of the owl. Galta. Do I want my opponent to know that I have Galta? I think that I'm probably better off just playing this, killing this. Yep, I had all the answers, opponent. Mana Screw did beat Mana Flood this time, because as I said, whenever I start drawing into the lands, every turn for most likely the rest of the game, I'll have strong plays. And my opponent will not have those with Mana Flood, because they will draw into a card and they will play the card, and that's it. Getting Mana Screwed, if you survive getting Mana Screwed, is a lot more explosive than getting Mana Flooded. That was a little bit intense. Now, game number 3. I like what I have. I do have the feeling that I should probably add this card again. For the giant growth, maybe my opponent does have removal. Um, Doing a big giant growth combat trick play only to get hit by removal would feel really bad. So I'm not going to expose myself to it. And it also places a couple of Fades, which can definitely win the game, as we saw earlier. I am very happy with the kind of Magic that I'm playing. I feel like I'm playing very well, apart from very little mistakes. Yeah, I like this. No turtle, but this will suffice, I would like to believe. Tiny bones. Blanking the tiny bones is definitely a really good play in my opinion. Yeah. You have plenty of lands too. We could think of using the Strix Lookout to cycle through them. Or I could toss the Self-Reflection as well. I'm starting to get a little bit uncomfortable with this. Might want to trade. I'm gonna do it. Now, do I cycle a land? I'm going to do that as well. A little bit of a risky game, but I feel like it's the correct thing to do. Opponent draws a Blood Artist. I play this, so if you want to start killing your stuff, please do it in my turn at least. Land number 5, we can play Tatioba. Yeah, I think it's worth it. I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if my opponent had counter because triple blue, but I think my opponent is just color screwed. Um, yeah, lots of black cards in the hand, not a lot of swamps. Probably the only swamp is the one search with Campus Guide. Now, I think perhaps I should have done this before playing Tatioba, but I think we can swing here. If my opponent blocks with everything, that's good because I got rid of the Blood Artist, which can definitely take over the game if left unattended, and I cannot remove it. So yeah, that's perfectly fine with me. Um, the opponent does get a flying token, but I highly doubt that flying token will be the defining factor in this game, and removing the Blood Artist is probably going to be more impactful. And I draw the response to the flying token. Unfortunately, I don't draw a land, and I would have liked to draw a land here. I think I played this. Why do I play this? Because of the Surveil 3. Like, it's really strong, Surveil 3. I see that no lands come my way, but I do want these. Man, this is rough. But I can at least get rid of these two. I want one more land, please, so I can start playing real crazy things. That is rough. Not terrible, but it is rough. My opponent is still color screwed. I wonder what's up with your hand. Is your hand composed of 3 double black cards? Or are you holding removal, dear opponent? And if you're holding removal, why not remove Tatioba? Oh, spooky. Gets back Tiny Bones. Ooh, land number 6, let's go. So I can do the following. Curator, this turn. Self-Reflection, next turn. Self-Reflection, Flashback, the turn after that. I think that's a really strong play. Before doing anything, however, let me swing with this guy. I want to see what happens. Okay. Now I can play Tatioba. No, 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 it was Curator of Destinies. Oh, I hope that doesn't lose me the game. Oh, that might be a problem. Oh, man. I needed to play Curator of Destinies now. This turn. Yeah, like the Tiny Bones discard garbage is gonna be quite annoying. Curator. You know how it is to doesn't really matter. No, I do think that this is okay. Yeah, 2 face down, 3 face up. Okay, we are doing okay. Um, I drew into Evolving Wilds. That's a great card to have. Though I still feel like Self-Reflection and the Sphinx is better than playing the Elf Sword Giant and then Evolving Wildsing. I'm a little bit afraid of what's gonna happen when the opponent draws into the yeah, a little bit afraid of what's gonna happen when the opponent draws into the second swamp. Yep, that was my win con. It took me a little bit more than a turn, but at that point I had already gotten to ahead in resources. Playing one like that Sphinx is really bombastic, but playing two of them is almost a guaranteed win. And now we're at 2 wins, so I'm going to get at least 1,200 gems. This is looking really good. Gonna keep going. Gotta win 2 more, and I can lose once. But I would, of course, like to lose 0 times. Um, it's going very well. I think that this is a great hand. It's got some early game plays, and it has the bomb at the end. So let's see how this goes. You know, I think I'm gonna put this on YouTube. I don't normally put Magic on YouTube, but I think that this has gone well enough to be worth putting on YouTube. Okay, the Merfolk has Flash, so I can just pass untapped and play it in their turn. Not like this. Okay, if you have more angels, I'm gonna be very sad. That card is strong on its own, but if you have more angels, it is grotesque, ridiculous, and absurd. Um, okay, so I'm once again gonna pass. No, I'm gonna swing with this because you're not gonna go block with Gyada. Gyada is a very, very high value, so you're not gonna trade for that. And then you're gonna swing, and then I'm gonna block with these, and then we get rid of Gyada that way. And if we don't get rid of Gyada that way, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be a little bit sad, but if we get rid of Gyada here, that's so huge. It's maybe game winning levels of good because Gyada is super threatening. Like the idea of Gyada into a 3-drop angel, into a 4-drop angel, into Serra angel, into maybe Lyra Dawnbringer even. Like it's perfectly feasible and it's so scary. Like that cannot respond to it. So the fact that I could respond to Gyada immediately is huge. I don't mind. That's a fine trade for me. I have no problem because this guy's gonna get a counter. Okay, we're getting ever closer to the Curator of Destiny self-reflection. If we get to it, like my opponent is gonna be so sad. I'm not gonna be so sad. I'm gonna be so happy. Come on. Oh, let me draw a land. A land draw here is massive. Massive if I get a land draw. Okay, kills this. Ooh, land drop. You know, for a person stuck in one forest, I'm very happy. Yeah, that is absolutely massive. Am I overvaluing that? I might be overvaluing Broken Wings. What a strong card. This Curator of Destinies. And they always give me the 2 cards. I should try it. No, no, that's. I was thinking I should try 3 face-ups, but no. Yeah, you block and then you kill the sprite, and then my guy gets larger. Um. Oh boy, dear opponent, you're about to explode. I can do meteor golems and a reflection on the golem, or I can keep making sphinxes. I don't mind. I'm gonna keep making sphinxes. No, I'm gonna make a meteor. I'm gonna play meteor golem here, kill the menace guy because the menace guy could steal a win here. And then we can self-reflection the meteor golem to keep killing their stuff. Oh man, this guy is disgusting. This card is broken. My opponent didn't see self-reflection, which is great. Not going for the self-reflection play there was correct. Absolutely. The Sphinx was the correct play, and then Meteor Golem once again was the correct play because I feel like if I had not gotten rid of the Menace guy, the Menace guy could have stolen a win. I didn't see a lot of that deck other than the fact that it is a very aggressive deck. Let's see. When it comes to blue cards, I'm playing everything except for this one, which unfortunately I don't have cards that make me draw cards other than Tatioba. And by the time that Tatioba is already out, I don't think that placing counters on this guy is going to be a big deal, so we're not going to add that ever. Um, this card seems really, really good. Once again, I have my combo. The thing is that this time I only have 2 lands. I'm going to keep it. Maybe I'm flying too close to the sun. Okay, draw into my 3rd land, that's huge. That is a problem. Okay, we draw into the 4th land. I might be able to get the snipe on that guy with the cutthroat. Yada again. Okay, there are 1 mana combat tricks in white. Please don't have it. Okay. Ooh, broken wings. Let's go. That's so huge. You don't have to do it immediately. I can wait for my opponent to play an angel. What a top deck. What a top deck. We don't even care. That's rare number 3, by the way, and we have not played any rares this game. This spider is obscene. A spider counters my opponent's whole deck, pretty much. Okay, we're stuck at 4 lands, but I don't mind. We can be at 4 lands for a bit. Taking control of the table. Holding removal makes me feel real good. Oh yeah, this is going great. Yeah, we played this here. We might even think about copying it with self-reflection for my 5-drop. I do have to say that I would like to put counters on it so it can attack over the Hawk. My opponent is land screwed. Removal? No removal. Combat trick? No combat trick, okay. I have the feeling that my opponent has something. Huh. Everything swings. Interesting. There is a red card that says that things get +2/+0. In this case, if that happens, and I was to block like this, if I was to block like this, I would explode. That might be a game-winning play for my opponent. Let's see. Okay, so we take 5 and 6, it's 11. If we block like that and my opponent has that, that's fine. I'll take 11. I'm almost certain that my opponent has it. Oh, a Braid! Interesting. Not what I was expecting, but definitely gets the job done. And yeah, I think that for my 5-drop, I'm just gonna copy the Fairy. Could have also copied this to have more blockers. No, my self-reflection! That sucks. Also, this thing is too big. Here we could go for a witness protection play, but I would rather just play the Sphinx. Sphinx is too good. Oof, jeez. Jeez, this is brutal. Okay, opponent. Okay, opponent, do you want me? Because the face downs are something else. Am I going to get the face downs? I got the face downs. My opponent doesn't know what they gave me, and I got strong cards. Strong cards is what I got. Jeez, okay. I don't think that my opponent can answer Galta. There are cards that answer Galta in white, but I highly suspect that my opponent doesn't have them. We have Tatioba and Grow from the Ashes, so we could play Tatioba this turn and then wait next turn for Grow from the Ashes. But I think that what I really want to do is wait for an actual, like I draw a land, so I can play Tatioba, and also get like the land drop for the landfall. And then after that, I can do Grow from the Ashes plays. Because if I do a Grow from the Ashes right now, like reduces the chances for me to draw a land with Tatioba. I'm just gonna play Galta. I'm gonna play this guy. And we're gonna swing with the Sphinx. Yeah. You already played your rares, now it's time for my rares opponent. Three oh. Gonna play one more. Man, this has been a really good day on stream. I have yet to lose at all. Across two different games. I played Deadlock, I won 3 matches, and now I'm playing Magic and I won 3 matches. Come on, the final one. So I can get the full reward, the 2200 gems. I think that it's looking like I'm gonna have to grind sealed. I've been trying to draft. It doesn't work. I have been having some bad drafts. Um, but in sealed, I am doing really well. I'm not undefeated. Um, in real life, I lost a match when I played this on Sunday, and I also played another sealed and I lost a single, but I still got 7-1. So I don't know if that counts as undefeated or not. Maybe you could say that I'm undefeated in arena because I have not failed to get the maximum reward yet, or like the other way around. I have not. Yes, I have not failed to get the maximum reward. Um, Ooh, of all the hands that we have seen today, this is the worst. Oh man, this is risky, 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 risky. Please, I'm gonna have faith in this deck. We have gotten so far that I'm just gonna have faith in the deck. Let's go! Let's go! Never punished for having faith in the deck. I'm gonna play the turtle because I would be interested in playing this as a 5-drop. I don't have to really pressure. This is not how how this deck functions. This deck functions by getting to the late game and playing my bombastic stuff. So I don't have to really play the aggro game. Nor my aggro game works at all. Okay. I'm gonna place the Sphinx down here because I do want the Sphinx, but I'd rather draw land number 4 and number 5 first before drawing the Sphinx. But yeah, it is a very rare Surveil 3 where I want all 3 cards. Very, very rare. Okay, that definitely is... no, like... Oh, well, let's give it a try. Yeah, it's too obvious. I think it was still worth trying. Um, because I figured, okay, I can either remove that with a combat trick or with actual removal. I'd rather remove it with a combat trick if my opponent allows me to, but the opponent saw it coming because, of course. Oh, my opponent is playing flyers. A little bit scary to be playing against flyers without my flyer responses. but I know what to side in at least. Pass the turn. I'll draw the Sphinx, and then it's all about whether or not I can find the island. That is getting slightly worrisome. Yeah, I could have dumped the Sphinx, but it's too valuable. I'd rather just not have anything to do this turn, really, than to dump the Sphinx. Turtle saving the day, by the way, preventing me from getting aggroed down by the citizen and by the Felidar Savior. My opponent has a really good deck. Um, Between the flyers, like in general, this is very, very powerful. This card is almost effectively a rare levels of power. Um, Very strong, trades 1-for-1 with everything, um, heals you, so it's harder for you to die if you have that up. Not to mention that my opponent also has these guys, so the combination of these two would just be unsurmountable. Decisions. I don't think that we are in a terrible spot, but I do think that we are slightly behind here. Um, it's getting really dangerous. I think that I swing with Gnarly Economy. If my opponent wants to double block, I take it. I genuinely just take it, and I kill the 3-3. Goodbye, Gnarly Colony. You know, it's fine because... Oh, once again, Meteor Golem kills. Dude, it's a one-drop enchantment. It's a one-drop enchantment. This thing is crazy good. Probably one of the best cards in the set. Don't want you to be gaining life, and I don't want to be losing life. But we are very far behind. I need to draw an island now. Ooh, that is probably one of the worst things that I could have drawn. Okay, so it really is all about drawing an island. Like, can I draw an island at some point soon? If I don't, it's over. Um, Come on, I have everything to win if I draw an island. That changes nothing. Like, if I draw an island, I'm still likely to be able to put up a fight. If I don't draw an island, I'm probably gonna lose. Okay, that's not an island, but it is pretty good. I'm still probably gonna lose, unfortunately. Yeah, this time we have not been drawing well enough. Come on, we are one island away from greatness. If I had drawn the island on turn 6, Because we were at 5, and then we drew the Curator of Destinies, and fair enough. But then I drew a bunch of stuff that is not an island. Like I've been a stock of 5 lands forever, and that feels bad. Probably death. So we take 3, 4, 3, 4. Yep, I'm dead. There's no way to block these that doesn't end in me dying. Rough. Real rough. I was so close to not dying there. But we know what we're playing against. That showed me a lot of the good stuff that they have, and they didn't see what good stuff I have. So we have a little bit of advantage there. Not to mention that we are 3-0, so we can lose one here. We can be 3-1, and we can still get the ultimate reward. We just cannot lose 2 times in a row. So obviously, what I'm going to be adding is these two. And we're gonna be getting rid of it's really rough that I'm playing 4 cards that are expensive and I drew 3 of them. All of these deck I could have played with the lands that I had. Because nothing is double green except for Galta, I just noticed. But I never drew the second island. Pretty unfortunate. Let's see how it goes. Went down a land. I was at 18, now I'm at 17. Rough hand, but playable because of the turtle, because of broken wings. Okay, that's a good card to draw. That vampire is a little bit threatening. Like, it's pretty good into the turtle because it can just keep attacking. Beginning of your end step, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a counter on a vampire. I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of that. Is it worth it? Man, it probably is not worth it. It probably is not worth it. So here's the problem. This forces me into a stalemate. No, I think that we just leave it like that. I think that we just play this and pass the turn. Um, Yeah, here's the thing. If I attack with this, opponent takes 4, and then opponent can swing with this, and very bad things start happening. So the key here is not attacking and just being patient and waiting for the flyers. Waiting for the Sphinx, waiting for the bombs, really. No, it doesn't have to be the Sphinx. Um, Aha, and that is a better thing to witness protection. I'm not gonna lie, I am starting to get nervous once again because stuck in lands. Also, once again, only one island. But you know, it could be worse. It could be worse. It's getting quite tense because my opponent won the first one, and in this one they definitely opened better than I did. Um, on the other hand, only one swamp, and I'm only one island, so you won't be able to play Vampire Nighthawk. Interesting. Yeah, that's bad, because it enables that. Tragic. That's very much not what I want to see, but that forces me to do this. If I don't do that, bad things start happening, or like bad things continue to happen. I really hope that I do not... Um, okay, that's fine, I don't care about that. We're gonna Broken Wings that, definitely. I gotta do it. I'd rather do it now than um, wait for the next turn, so, you know, for the mana. Okay, that's fine. No, I messed up. I should have tapped it, because I do want to play my Fairies. I mean, once again, like a small mistake, but I hope that it doesn't lose me the game. Not gonna say huge, but it is kind of a big deal. Um, Here, like, I think that removing this guy is the correct thing, but I could have also removed this guy to get rid of the thing that actually makes me lose life through the turtles. Um, the thing is that this legitimate business person, this it's not called that, this blood thief is more. It's more threatening, like, than the sanguine siphoner. Okay, kind of an expensive play, but I am not going to attack, and I'm gonna block with my Fairies and Brineborn. Brineborn Cutthroat, and that's really bad. You're gonna kill the turtle, most likely. You kill the turtle. Oh no, once again, they're gonna kill the Witness Protection, yes. Terrible. Yeah, really rough, but I have to do that. I have to do it. If I don't do it, I'm probably dead. Okay, that's not a bad draw. At least we have something good to copy now. Or something to kill the... Yeah, something to kill the vampire more precisely. Because killing the vampire is very much in my interest. Yeah, you think I'm not gonna trade my flyer for your vampire? Your vampire could win the game. And these turtles. The turtles are crazy good. They're insane. Okay, once again, all a matter of patience. Um, all a matter of patience. Galta costs 12. Yeah, this thing has 0, unfortunately. We go back to taking 1 per turn, is fine. Not what I wanted to see. I think I should play it, because I might have to hardcast Galta. It's getting really bad. I could copy the turtle. In fact, I should copy the turtle. Should have done it last turn. I could block here and only take 1. Very scary. Very good. Cannot copy the turtle this turn. I have to use Broken Wings on the thing that was just played. Oh, double black? That's so bad. Oh no, it doesn't have haste. It's still really bad. Because if I get rid of this guy, for example, this guy is just gonna copy it. And that's horrendous. That's really bad. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm at 10, or like Galta costs 10. I have 8. So if I keep the giant growth, I will be able to play Galta next turn. This thing sucks. I'm probably gonna lose. Man, to lose the first game like that, and then to lose this game like this. So why does this suck? Because if I block this, my opponent will just revive it, or in worst case scenario, my opponent could revive this. If I block this, my opponent will get a big flyer, and yeah, neither of those things works for me. Very, very powerful thing. Similarly, if I was to block the turtle, Meteor Golem, kill it with the combat trick, the Meteor Golem would be revived and kill whatever I play. My opponent's really thinking about that. I mean, it's looking very grim. I think it's highly likely that my opponent is just gonna win this. Interesting. Okay, so you may be thinking too little too late, but I have a... No, no, I don't. I was thinking, okay, Galta attacks, doesn't get blocked, but it would instantly get blocked by this. Um, oh yeah, we are so dead. It's over. Oh well. Oh well, sometimes it is like that in this game. Unfortunately, I have one game of buffer, but I was looking forward to winning this and just ending stream. That's not gonna happen anymore. The only saving grace of that 3-2 guy is that it can only hold a nightmare. But now you have an unblockable. I mean, what's worse between having an unblockable and Galta? I'm thinking about how to steal this. It all depends on what my opponent has. Yep. Why did I do that? To keep Galton tapped and deal the 12. There is a chance, non-zero chance, that we can win this, thanks to that. Killing the Meteor Golem is definitely a no-go. My opponent could kill the Meteor Golem themselves, and if that happens, I lose instantly. My opponent could have removal for Galta, and if that happens, I lose instantly. But you gotta play to your outs. That's how this game works. And I take 3, and that's fine. I'm gonna swap them. Why am I going to swap them? Because you might have a combat trick for this, and you're not gonna combat trick Galta. It is almost impossible for you to have a combat trick that beats Galta. Now, do you have a ping opponent? Very real possibility. Oh my god! Okay, that's rude. I might be dead. Jeez. Okay, that's Oh, let's go! Oh, I think that my opponent had lands in their hand. I think that was the hand. 3 lands. Oh, 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 dang! That was amazing. Oh man, I'm very happy with the kind of magic that I'm playing today. I'm I I had that. That was beyond my reach. and I got it. I snatched it from the jaws of defeat. Oh man, this game is so satisfying. Ah, okay, now I wouldn't mind the 4-1, but if I can get the 4-0 and secure it, I'm gonna take the 4-0 and secure it. I was so close to giving up there. Okay, this looks really good. This looks like a hand with some potential. No turtle, unfortunately. I would have liked to have a turtle, but if I can only have 7 cards, these 7 cards look really good. Turn 2, we Brineborn. Turn 3, we Giant Growth or something. Oh, your mana screwed. Okay, maybe it is my time to. Okay, okay, maybe it is my time. Now it's my turn to get stuff done. I'm gonna play this. I don't mind playing it as a 2-drop because I want to put in pressure now that my opponent is mana screwed. And color screwed too. That's fine. That's delightful. Great thing to have. I'm gonna swing with this one because the token doesn't kill that one, and we can trade 2-2 for 2-2. That's perfectly fine. I'm not gonna use Giant Growth. I'm gonna play this guy, and this guy's gonna get a counter at the end of the turn. It has worth 2, so you're not outing it with 3 mana to your opponent. And now it's my turn to take advantage of an opponent that is at low mana. Props to Messenger, by the way, because that was some good magic. Today, we have all experienced some really, really good magic, and I'm very happy about it. And I think everyone is better off if I grab this and I put it on YouTube. So, of course, I am going to be doing that. Wow, okay, that's fine. So my opponent did have the out for my big guy. It's okay. Now the question is, can I get 2-6 to my 6th land? Because if I don't, things are gonna be sad. Giannis Sprite Mate, prime target for removal or a combat trick. Yes, I still need my 6th land. Please don't do me like this game. I'm probably gonna use removal on the Giannis Sprite Mate. That card is real nasty. This card is so good. It's so good that I wouldn't be surprised if it sees play in Standard. Okay, I'm still waiting for the land opponent. I'm starting to get really, really, really scared about this. If I draw my land, come on, please. I need to draw my land. If I draw my land, it's gonna be a huge deal because I don't think you have more of these. Is the first one is the first removal that we have seen in the whole game. And yeah, this is getting really scary. Let's go. Okay, 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 okay. If I show it like this, my opponent is gonna give me the lands. Yeah, I gotta do it like this. I want the Meteor Golem. There was a Meteor Golem there, right? Yep, I want this. Hello, Inon. We are playing some Magic. It's been some really, really, really good Magic today. Ah, that's a shame. Okay, but now, next turn we solve Reflection, we make another Sphinx, and then we make another Sphinx because this thing has Flashback. Oh boy, dear opponent, things are not looking up for you. Worst thing that could have happened is instant speed removal on the Sphinx, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, that seems good to me. Next turn I play Self-Reflection and Galta. In case you were wondering why I didn't play Galta this turn, because the Flyers. And in fact, next turn the opponent dies. I'm threatening lethal with these Flyers, man. This Sphinx is ridiculous. The combo of the Self-Reflection and the Sphinx is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm just gonna block with everything. I don't wanna any crazy shenanigans like stealing the game from me. I don't mind losing this. Okay, Day of Judgment. That's fine. Unfortunately, the Galta, or like the Sphinxes, gave me so many lands. They gave me so many lands that I have one land left in my deck. 12 cards and one land left in my deck. I have the Tioba in those 12 cards, so I think that I am probably better, or I could use Evolving Wilds and guarantee that I'm not going to draw any more lands for the rest of the game. On the other hand, I could play a real land and play Self-Reflection and copy the Mocking Sprite to have lethal and to have more bodies for Galta. That sounds like a play. Also, Unblockable Galta, anyone? Unblockable Galta. Cannot copy Galta because legendary. Yeah, it seems like a play to me. I have enough mana, funnily enough, to hardcast Galta, but I have one land and 11 non-land cards. If I draw the land, it's gonna be really sad. I do have to say that the Sphinxes saved the day because there were a lot of lands in my future. There were a lot of lands coming. Okay, I'm not doing anything versus this Seraph, and I would rather just get rid of that. Yeah, the flyer. My flyers get neutralized by these flyers, so better get rid of it. Okay, scary card. I have no issues blocking because I can hardcast Galta anyway. Galta costs 10 right now. If I tap 3, it would cost 8. But I can play my land drop, so it's fine. Yeah, we don't care about these, but I do want Tatioba. We play a land, and then we play Galta. And now, opponents. Now the true test. You have removal or do you not have removal, opponent? I do not care about that. I'm glad that I don't care about it. Okay, we are in a good spot. It's not a great spot. Let's see here. I go down to 5. Then I swing with Galta, and then you cannot just trump block because trample. So you have 10, you would have to block at least like this or like this. You would be at 1. Then you swing, but then I can block. Okay, I think I can let it hit me. Anyway, I have Tatioba, so I'm going to do a Tatioba Evolving Wilds play, and I'm gonna gain a couple of lives. Draw a couple of cards. Oh boy, that's a good card. My worst fear there was drawing the land, of course. Okay, now I'm out of lands. And I got removal for your flyers, dear opponent. I think that this is done. I think that I have won. Yep. GG's. GG's, literally GG's. Man, that was so. That last match was something else. Um, I started it like almost an hour ago. I really was like, I hope it's a fast one. And then I was like, oh no, I'm gonna lose, and then I'm gonna have to play another one to finish this sealed on stream, on one stream. But it turns out that I did end up winning it. So satisfying. Supreme victory. Let me take a. I don't need to take a screenshot of that. I've taken video of that. Okay, so here's the final deck. Plenty of games. I took out. What did I end up taking out? Well, in one of those games, I took out a land, and then this birth. Yeah, this birth was not the worth. Maybe it would have been a useful thing to have in some of those situations where I was stuck at 5 lands. But it ended up working out okay. Undefeated, undefeated. Beautiful. I played that so well. I knew. I knew that my opponent had something fishy, and that's why I didn't commit to the Galta. Doing Curator of Destiny's plays, like at least if it gets removed, I got so much value from it. I got crazy value. Like pretty much I got only lands, but I got like 5 lands. And those were lands that if I had drawn naturally, I would have lost the game. I was guaranteed going to lose the game to those lands. Um, but playing one of these and then another one of these and then a third one being threatened, like I had lethal. My opponent needed the Day of Judgment there to not die or to play some flying blockers. Um, oh man, that was a great game, beautiful. I hope that you enjoyed it, but I am almost certain that there was no way you could have enjoyed it as much as I did. All right. So we come out ahead of that. We got more gems than I paid to play the event. And I got a couple of packs. So we are ahead. It was very fun to watch that. Yeah, thank you for watching. I definitely appreciate the support. I'm at 21 packs. I'm only gonna open this once I'm out of juice to keep playing limited of these, but I'm gonna keep going. I might stream this until I run out of resources. Oh boy, that was really fun. That was so good. I'm so happy about how that went. Now it's time for me to end the stream, however, and I will come back at a later date, yet to be determined, which is probably going to be tomorrow, right? It's probably going to be tomorrow, and we are going to play more of this because, yeah, I think that playing this on stream makes for okay content. Um, Have a nice rest of your night, everyone. Thank you for the continued support. At some point, I should finish Zendikar Rising and Eldraine. Um, some of these I'm literally missing only 1 or 2 cards. Maybe after I open my packs, I'll have enough to finish these sets to at least have some gold, like in Guilds of Ravnica. I don't want like full 100% literally every copy of every card in the set, but I do want at least 1 copy of every card in the set, and I'm really close with some of these. These are when I was most into Magic Arena, and you can kind of tell when I was not into Magic Arena. Um, I don't think I played a lot of uh, Didn't play a lot of Capena, didn't play a lot of Kamigawa, definitely didn't play a lot of Dominaria. Yeah, that's. I took a break, kind of took a break, kind of was still on a break. Same goes for these, and these, and these, and definitely this. I didn't play any limited of these. I've never liked Eldraine. I didn't really play a lot of limited of Ixalan, and this is kind of where I came back and then, yeah, played limited of these. Played limited of this. They only put it for like 2 weeks, so I wasn't able to grind it as much as I would have liked to. Um, didn't play this. This play this, and I plan on having this look like this by the time I'm done with the expansion. Um, Especially since they say that that's gonna be standard legal for like 5 years, so lots of value on grinding that set as hard as I will grind it. Yeah. Anyway, see you around. Have a nice rest of your night. Thank you for the continued support, everyone.